welcome to Faith on Film, a program designed to keep you aware and informed on everything that's happening in the world of faith and family entertainment. I am here alone today. My co-host Holly McClure is on assignment. That sounded really cool. Like, remember 2020? Barbara Walters is on assignment. She can't be with us. Well, Holly is on assignment. She's very busy today, but I wanted to make sure and get this program going, so I'm going to do my best to carry this on my own. I hope I don't mess it up. Like nearly, 15, 16, 17 years ago or so, I attended a Christian media conference. I've been in the Christian media for many, many years. And I attended this conference, and I was so impressed and so motivated, so inspired, that I haven't missed a year since. I've been attending this conference every year. Eventually, I was honored and asked to be a part of the board. I accepted, I joined, and I've been a part of the board of this organization for, at least maybe 4 or 5 years or so. And so it's exciting for me to have the president of that organization with us today as our guest. The organization is ICVM, International Christian Visual Media. And the president, of course, is Paul Sermon, who has been in the industry for many, many years. From what I know, he's directed, produced, written, and done all sorts of things in the film industry or the episodic TV industry, I should say, with things like Falcon Crest and the Waltons, and I think Gunsmoker. I don't know if he's gone back that far, but anyway, he's been around for a long time. So welcome to the show, Paul Sermons. How are you?
Thank you, Isaac. It's wonderful to be here. I'm doing fine. And I'm happy to say, though, I've been in this business a long time. Everything I worked on was in color, and I did not do Gunsmoke. So, but I did start on the Waltons as a second assistant director, and did do shows like Falcon Crest. I moved up to a first assistant director on that. Did Quantum Leap, the first 2 years of Quantum Leap. 2 seasons of, or 3 seasons of Falcon Crest, to a couple of Our House, and just a lot of 1-hour dramatic TV series. It really taught me a lot about the production side of filmmaking. I worked with over 100 different directors in the 44 years I've been in the business. But the first 20 was as an assistant director, mainly, first AD in the Directors Guild, and then became an independent film producer, and that really was kicked off by a movie I did called The First of May with Julie Harris, Mickey Rooney, Charles Nelson Riley, and Joe DiMaggio. Family film that was about a foster child that befriends an old lady in a retirement home. They run away together. It's all about what makes a family, and that it's love, not blood. And we won 13 film festivals, but at 2 different film festivals, I had couples come up after saying they were considering adopting a child, and after watching the movie, it decided to do it. And that wasn't why we made the movie. That was like a surprise. So it showed me that was God really getting my attention and saying, see the power of what you do. Up to that point, I'd been just being an assistant director, doing other people's stuff. And now, from that point on, I was much more particular about what I did and trying to find filmmaking directors that I could produce, help them get their project made.
Now, were you a Christian at the time? Were you a Christian at the time already, or?
I have been a Christian my whole life. I was raised in a Christian home, but I will say that I was, how they have lapsed Catholics? Well, I was a lapsed Christian. I had gone to LA, just gotten eaten up by the industry and the selfishness of it. And I bought into that, from college on. I was the wandering child, the lost child. And it was really the First of May that helped bring me back, and made me realize what we do has power, and that God put me here for a reason. And ever since then, it's been very exciting for me. To be on this journey. And then I started looking for Christian filmmakers, and like you, went to these conferences, and one of them was ICVM, and I found there like a brotherhood and sisterhood of Christian filmmakers at every level, people, very experienced people, brand new writers, actors, directors, producers, editors, the whole thing. And they were all there because they wanted to be around like-minded people, and share what they've learned and learn from others. And that's what ICVM does. It's we now have what used to be just the ICVM conference is now branded as the Storytellers Conference. and we hold it every November, November 16th to 19th. And we've grown it. We've tried to make ICVM a year-round organization, and because one of our problems was that's all we did was the conference once a year. So we didn't have a lot of value to members outside of coming to that. But now we're a year-round organization. We do that. Our Crown Awards that we've done for 50 years, believe it or not, the longest running Christian awards by any count. And this will be the 50th anniversary of it, the upcoming Crown Awards. We actually moved our award ceremony from our own conference to NRB, the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. And there, people actually receive their awards in front of, hundreds of the top professionals in Christian television and radio and film. And we did that so that the people that win the Crown Award can actually do some marketing for their picture there. These are the people they need to get the word out about their film or about their documentary or about their music video or short film or whatever. So, and we do a quarterly newsletter now that's full of good information for filmmakers. And we're working on a virtual Latin Christian film market to reach into the rest of the world, because the I in ICVM is for international. We take that seriously. Yeah. We're going to do an African Christian film market virtually after that. And we're partners with SEVMA, which is the European Christian film conference. I'll be going over to that, I believe, in September. And they are great people, great Christians, very committed. And basically they do kind of what we do at ICVM, but they do it on the European.
Well, yeah, one of the things that did impress me a lot about the conference was how many people I saw come from other countries. I saw them come from Africa, from Europe, from Asia. I mean, it was pretty amazing how many. I think there was probably as many people that came from other countries as there were from the United States.
We do. Well, one of the things with the Crown Awards, we had 22 countries represented in the Crown Awards last year, and we're hoping to get more this year, And in fact, last year, for the first time ever, we had entries from Nigeria. And several of those Nigerians came to ICVM, to the Storytellers Conference, and found out their picture was a finalist for a Crown Award. And the 5 finalists that we announced at the Storytellers Conference go on to the NRB convention, where 3 of them are chosen for the gold, silver, and bronze Crown Awards. So, and in fact, a Nigerian picture won Best Foreign Production, Nigerian film tied. 2 Nigerian films tied for Best Foreign Picture, and they were by the same filmmaker in Nigeria. Oh, wow. So we gave out 2 Gold Crown Awards to the same filmmaker for 2 different films. That's how good the filmmaking is getting in Nigeria. So it's kind of exciting, and we're looking for that. We want to pull Christians together. We want to support Christian filmmakers around the world.
Now, the opportunity to enter films for this coming year's awards is still open right now, isn't it?
It is indeed. In fact, we're in the what they call the early bird period. We have about 2 weeks to the deadline. That means if you want to save money, you get in there and enter your film now. And as I say, it's good for movies, TV series, TV specials, documentaries, short film, student film category. In fact, we're going to talk to somebody, a winner from our last year's student film category in a few minutes here. But you can get a even better discount if you join ICVM. It's $99 a year, but you join and you get 25% off the entry fees that are already low for the early bird period.
Well,
and you also save about $150 on the conference in November.
Well, here's going to be my suggestion, because to be honest with you, we tape these shows prior to them actually coming out. So by the time the show comes out, it may be past the early bird deadline. It's very possible. But I like the idea that if they join and become members, that they're going to save a pretty good amount of fee for their entry. So how would they do that? How do they enter their projects?
Yeah. In fact, they will save the 25% at any point. The deadlines, I jotted them down. July 15th. This may air after that, but that's the early bird deadline. September 25th is the regular deadline.
Okay.
You'll get 25% off the fees of that if you're a member. And October 23rd is the late deadline. That's the final date to get your picture in the Crown Awards. The Storytellers Conference, where we announce the finalists, will be November 16th to 19th. So all these are a lot of dates. I know hopefully people are jotting them down, but November 16th to 19th in Orlando, Florida. It's at the Rosen Center Hotel where we had it last year. Really great event. They can enter the Crown Awards one of two ways. One, you can go to Film Freeway, which is what all the film festivals are on, and every filmmaker knows about it. And you can just type in Crown Awards and it'll take you to our site. You can enter there. Or you can go to icvm.com, click on the Crown Awards, and it will take you to the entry page for that, which is, again, on Film Freeway.
You know, what's neat is, of course, you don't have to be a filmmaker to come to the conference. In fact, you don't have to have a film submitted to come to the conference. If you're interested in Christian media, whether it be films or television, it's great to come to this conference and you get to meet a lot of filmmakers that'll be there. And again, you just get to be inspired. Christian filmmaking is a very important part of our culture right now. It's what we need to. It's the best tool that we have, I think, right now to really impact our culture. And so, whether you're a filmmaker or not, if you want to somehow get connected, that conference would be great for you all to attend. Is that correct, Paul?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great point. In fact, we have other events that happen at it that are included in the price. There's only one price to come, and everything that happens there is included. And one of them is a script and story pitchathon. And we get usually anywhere from 8 to 12, 13 distributors that come to take pitches for scripts or stories that our writers members are looking to pitch, or somebody may be a producer and they have a project and want to get it made. So we have that. That's a 2-hour event where people pitch one-on-one to a distributor or a producer looking for a project. Then we also have a Christian film market. That's for people that have a finished film. They go there and meet one-on-one with distributors that they feel are best suited for their project. And we've had a lot of people leave the Christian film market with a deal for their film or their documentary or their short film or whatever it is. So it's a great opportunity on a lot of fronts. And then we have a lot of seminars, deep dive seminars, some of them where you really get into the weeds of filmmaking, especially Christian filmmaking. Everything from production to creative to writing to acting. We have topics on all of that. And then we also have speakers. And the price of our conference includes all of your lunches and dinners, which are really good. This is not, a really good conference dinner. It's not, not sandwiches on bread. It's a really good deal to come to. I think the 4-day conference this year is $429 if you sign up for the earlier rates.
Now, one of the other very impressive things about ICVM is that we don't want to be just a group of a bunch of old filmmakers patting ourselves in the back saying what a great job we've done over the years. We're really focusing on mentoring the next generation of filmmakers, young people. Is that correct? Is that a good assessment of what we are now?
Absolutely, and we're working on that. We had our Saturday had a whole string of seminars that were aimed at student filmmakers. And we have a special rate for student filmmakers to attend. But the Crown Awards has its own category for student filmmaker.
I see. So now, let me just set this up because I have to do all my own switching here, and it just becomes a real pain. But we do have a young man that one of our categories in the Crown Awards is, of course, the best student film, right?
That's correct. And
we have the winner of this year's Student Crown Awards on today. He is from China. I believe he's Taiwanese. I would love to say his Chinese name, but I know I would totally mess it up. And he's told me that here in America, he's known as Jackson. So, Jackson, welcome to Faith on Film.
Hi, Isaac. Hi, Paul. I'm very happy to be here.
Hi, Jackson.
Thank you. Now, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, I mentioned you come from China, but tell us a little bit about your journey into filmmaking, why you're doing this. Is it only Christian films that you do? I don't know. Let us know all about who you are, Jackson.
Okay. So I'm actually born in Taiwan. I moved over to China with my parents. So I basically grew up in Shanghai, China. And throughout the years, I think in my high school, I started get in touch with like video productions. It's like a really scrappy commercial project that we made in English class. But that actually got me into like, I think video production is really interesting, and I like editing videos. So that actually helped me to decide to pursue filmmaking for my undergrad studies. So later I came to the US. I studied in Pennsylvania State University for 4 years, studying film. And I think that actually gave me a really great base for filmmaking. Although I would say throughout the 4 years, I didn't really create anything that's like for myself. I'm basically learning, I'm helping other students, but I just have like a really strong passion, or even if it's like a mission or a vision. I think God is like trying to get me into this industry. Hopefully I can create something that is influential to not only Christians, also to especially for non-believers. Hopefully I can spread the gospel using this medium. And eventually I would like to serve my own people in China or in Taiwan. That would be my final goal. So that's basically it.
Wow. I get very excited when young people understand and capture the vision that God has and the purpose that God has for them in their life. Because I believe your purpose is chosen by God from the minute you're conceived. Some people takes a little while for them to understand it and to realize what their purpose is. Some pick it up fairly early. I kind of knew what I was going to do when I was, I'm going to say, about 11 years old. There's other people that even younger than that have realized what their purpose is, and then they just, everything they do moves into that direction. Others, like Paul, it takes a while. No, I'm just kidding, Paul. For some, it takes a little while. But it's good to see folks like you that are kind of seeing what your purpose in life and in the talent that God has put in you. Do you believe God's put this talent in you?
Of course, I believe that it's a gift, and I think I should really use this gift to serve God. And as I said, like during my undergrad years, I didn't really have that confidence in myself to do work. But after that, I think I continued my studies and moved to New York, where everybody's shooting. Every art is like really, really great over here. Have a lot of resources, which I pushed myself through many challenges. My own personality as like a very introverted person, I try to go out there and meet people. And even right now, I think every day I'm experiencing new challenges, but God has always been on my side. Even like right now, I'm here doing this podcast. I think it's part of the plan. It's part of getting me out there and doing more work for Him.
Yeah, Paul, do you have something that you'd like to maybe ask him or talk to him about?
I just was excited because we don't get many entries from China, to be quite honestly. So it was very exciting to get that. I think you won a cash prize too, didn't you, with that Crown Award?
Not really sure.
I think it was like $250 or something.
Did you forget to send him his check?
$250 cash prize. No, I did not. That's how I know.
Oh, well, maybe I should enter
But there's
something.
a few of our awards we have sponsors for, and they can actually get money for that. So, and the student category is an important one. So we want to encourage students to enter it. And if you're a Christian and you were not in a Christian college, correct?
No,
Jackson?
it's a state college. It's like a regular college. Yes.
Yeah, so you don't have as much support, I would guess. So being able to make something that has a Christian element to it, or it can reach Christians and non-Christians, it's a little harder. You're more on your own, I would guess, than if you were making a horror film, which everybody in film school loves to work
Right.
on.
Including Christian schools, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
not serious.
yes.
I've had a conversation with two heads of the film department at two of the major Christian schools, and they tell me our students don't really want to make Christian films; they want to make horror films. So I've been talking about maybe harnessing that desire and saying, well, let's teach them how to make a horror film. I know people look at me like I'm crazy. A horror film with a redemptive message in it, and not just slasher stuff. Not make it that way, but when I say horror, I mean something that's a little scary and suspenseful and all that. But make it with a redemptive message. Maybe we can harness that desire from these young people and get them to do something of Christian value. What do you think?
Yeah, you read the Bible. There's a few very scary tales in there.
It's pretty horrific. I agree. Jackson, what was your film about that you won this award for?
So my film is called I'm Home, which is about a father and son. Basically, this is a true story for my father and my grandfather. It's about a young teenager graduated but couldn't stay in the States, so he has to move back, but he hasn't been connecting with his father for many years. So it's like a reunion, and also trying to get the two of them to know the differences between each other, and then allowing the difference to develop, but using love because their family basically, to still understand that, because of the generation, because of culture, anything that's like part of the differences, they still willing to love each other and get along with each other.
Now, is there a way for our viewers, for instance, to watch that film? I mean, do you have it uploaded somewhere, or is it now it won an award and right now it's kind of packed away until something else happens?
So actually, my film is still currently submitting festivals.
Okay.
So right now, it's not publicly shown anywhere, and also currently, it's actually showing back in my home country, Taiwan, the Taipei Film Festival right now, which is
nice.
I'm very honored
Great.
to be in, and I think hopefully after this year, I can start getting it publicly uploaded, and by the time I'll definitely share to everyone.
Oh, very nice. I think
Jackson, what are your future plans?
So yeah, that's a really good question. So as an international student, staying in the States is like a really big challenge for me. But I think I've been praying every day, trying to hopefully I can stay in the States to get more of my films made. But currently I'm trying to write a new film, and hopefully it can be a feature film. But I'll say it's mainly still about my people, my culture, because eventually I would like to have this gospel spread back home, where I think here in the States we have you both wonderful people serving the people in the U.S. So I would like my film to be able to screen back in Asia and Chinese people. So that's my very brief plan. It's not very thought out yet, but currently I'll say I'll start writing.
All right.
That's awesome. Well, Jackson, I don't know if you know your plans yet, but if you can get to Orlando, Florida, November 16th to 19th, I will give you a scholarship, a free pass to come to the ICVM Storytellers Conference, because we want you there and we need you there.
Thanks. So actually, I've been thinking about this, and there's actually a way that I can make this happen no matter what I'm facing right now, which
Yay.
is like the least favorite option, but I'll say it's still an option, which is I can use travel visa, I can come back here again, which is so no matter what, I'll definitely attend this conference.
Jackson,
Awesome.
is there a way
Well,
for
that
people?
will be wonderful.
Jackson, is there a way for people to connect with you? Do you want any of them writing emails to you? Maybe sometimes they might just want to write and encourage you a little bit. How would they do that? Do you have an email address that they can use?
Yes, actually, I have email address. Do you want me to just read it out?
Yeah, just go ahead and read it out. I'll put it down on the lower screen, but read it
Okay.
out so that people can hear it.
Okay, my email address is Wudi, W-U-D-I, and Jackson at hotmail.com. So Wudi, U is my last name, and D is actually like a younger brother in Chinese. So that's my nickname. So yeah,
Okay. All right.
Wudi
How about
Jackson at hotmail.com.
how about you, Paul? You want people connecting with you and maybe asking you more about ICVM? How can they reach you?
Absolutely. My personal email is Paul, Paul, biz, B-I-Z, the number 8 at AOL.com. PaulBiz8 at AOL.com. Or you can just go to the ICVM website and email any of us through that. I'll get the message. I do want to say that all of us at ICVM, for all we're doing, we're all volunteers. None of us are getting paid for that. So if it takes a bit for us to get back to you on something, have patience. We all have to make a living too, and we still want to make ICVM a blessing for all filmmakers, whether you're starting, whether you're a student, whether you've been doing it a long time. If you have been doing it a long time, contact us and ask us if you could lead a seminar or be a speaker or something like that. We would love to have you involved. We're really growing, and it's hard to do that on no budget, but we're going to do it. We're doing it, and God's at the forefront.
Amen. Well, so glad to have had you guys on the show today, folks. I'm just going to ask you to just pray for Jackson, that all his vision really comes to life here, and that everything that he's needing to continue to do what he does just come through easily. All right. Well, Paul, thank you. Jackson, thank you so much for being on the show today. Folks, just want to remind you that you can write us at faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. That's faithonfilmtv@gmail.com. You can always follow us, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at faithonfilmtv. And I'm going to ask you for one more thing. Go to our YouTube channel, and let me see here. Go to our YouTube channel where you will find a lot of my past shows that I've done over the years. To some great interviews with a lot of wonderful Christian filmmakers. And of course, check out the shows, but even at least just hit that little subscribe button. I think it's around here. Well, you'll see the button I think at the very bottom. When you see the show, you'll see the subscribe button. Just hit that subscribe. We're really looking to increase our subscriber base. It won't cost you anything. It's just so that you can get updates on anytime new shows come on. So go to YouTube and look for Faith on Film TV and hit subscribe. Well, until next week, folks, take care.